Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome to the podcast next door. Anyway, I hope you're good, man. Guys, look, we put together this amazing show. It's called anyway. I've just been told not to say the real thing though. It's not. It's not the. What are you talking about? Don't mind them. Anyway, this is a new show, right? This new show is called the podcast next door.
Yes, it's a new podcast.
Yeah, truly. Yeah, she just said it. Anyway, this show is all about conversation.
Conversations that will blow your mind.
Hmm. I don't know how much is going to blow your mind though, but all you need to do is to sit tight, listen to all we need to talk about this show. What do you think? Anyway, is the
Uh,
podcast
Trying to keep it together here.
so true? So excited to bring this to you though. But anyway, our first episode is going to be out, and everything on that show is all about open minds. Trust me, though. What we're going to be talking about is something we believe you already know or trending. But look, we want to hear your opinion. Just go listen to it. Like I want it to be more of mind expression, what you see, what you observe, or what you experience, or what you think society is, and what we think could be better, so that's what I think open-minded should actually be. And when you say something like something open-minded, it's all about expression, what's in there and how you bring it out. And maybe everything I'm going to be talking through the course of this podcast might not be what everybody wants, but that's my own opinion, So I think this podcast should just be the truth, what's in there, get it out, and other people can jump in and see what they think.
So, when you think open-minded, what comes to mind for yourself?
I just feel like to be able to express like how you feel on certain subjects, kind of just be free, just to say your opinion, and not feel like, you're right or wrong, not making arguments, but you just kind of, for everyone to share how they feel on something, and maybe it helps you see something in a different way, in a new way, learn from each other. Yeah.
For me, when I think open-mindedness or open minds, I think it's important for us to learn from each other, depending on relative of what you already know, because they say like a full glass, there's no room for anything to. If a glass is full, there's no room for anything to go inside, and it's like I think we as individuals we walk around as like a full glass, but at the same time we it's important to empty our glass to let other things come in because in it is the process of growth. And I think the hardest thing when it comes to being open-minded is more of an ability to learn and take something new in. It is the hardest thing to do for me personally because I feel a lot of times when I hear something that triggers me, like it's hard for my ego to like admit it. You understand? Even though I know deep down inside somewhere there's an element of truth to it, and I know maybe I'm not ready to receive that truth, but I know to be able to just receive it. And at some point, when it happens, I let it happen organically or something. You know what I mean? Just to be
To
open,
like be able
even
to
yeah,
accept it.
even though
Yeah.
it's you fighting against it. Just let it in, and that's all it is about. Just to have that space. And I think the space between like accepting something and and not, if it makes sense.
Yeah, I like the point where you said about the full glass, that we all walking around thinking, like we all walk around thinking that we know everything, or the way we know something is the right way or the best way. But, it's good to have that open mind, to be able to learn different ways, and to understand that maybe the way you grew up and, your understanding is not the only way to do things, or that there's other ways, and just to be able to have that open mind
Yeah.
to go
What?
into, yeah.
Yeah, well, you two saying, yeah, you're right. But when we look at society today, um, there are different ways on how when we say we're open-minded. Sometimes I feel people do misjudge you when you're open-minded. Your open-minded could be you being sincere, about what you say or what you do or how your everyday life is. But when we talk about open-minded in society today, for me, there are different characters or different analysis on how you can really express when you say open-minded. Open-minded about what? One of my concerns, I would say, if I may say, is when you look at the way dress code, for example, ladies especially, of today, I've nothing against how the ladies dress though. So anyone out there, don't get me wrong. But I just feel yeah.
Okay, are we going there? We're going there.
Yeah,
All
we're going
right.
there. We're going there. That's all about this whole podcast. It's just we're all real.
Okay.
One thing is just the leggings thing that ladies would wear. I have nothing against it at all, but I don't mind if ladies want to wear it to a gym or they want to wear whatever they want to wear down to certain kind of place at a certain time. If I may use this word to say, well, this is the particular place you need to wear it in, that could be like, oh, you're very sentimental. But the truth is, you can't be going to the shop. Like, for example, you go to the shopping mall and you're going to see, ladies with all just leggings, half top, walking around. For me personally, I feel it's not right. This is my opinion.
Okay, so what do you find not right about it, though?
I just don't like seeing the bum everywhere, advertising it.
Okay, so but now if these girls are having jeans on, I mean, you can still see the bum. So what is your point?
No, the leggings are very much different because when they wear like underwears or panties in, it's overexposure.
Okay,
And
yeah, some of them are see through.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So see through. So I just want to kind of express that.
That's too much for your eyes.
Well, it's not just for my eyes.
But wait. Do you not appreciate your like it when you said?
Why should I appreciate it if it's someone's maybe
Would you
girlfriend,
go
someone's
to
wife?
well? Okay, I'm just being a devil's advocate.
Yeah.
If you were in an all guys gym, and
No.
one girl walks in with tracksuit fully covered, and then other girls walks in with like more kind of provocative stuff.
Yeah.
What would the guys look at?
No, that's the whole point. If you go in the gym and you and girls wear, like I go to my local gym, right? I can see ladies come in there, wear whatever they want to wear. Yeah, you will see, but you just keep doing what you're doing. But at the end of the day, yeah, they will sweat, they will walk out, they will do whatever they want to do. That's cool. I have no problem with that. But what I'm saying is going to shopping mall, or say for example, me and my girlfriend, we actually working, and you turn your right, there's a girl with a panty there. You turn your left, there's a girl with a panty, and you look forward, there's a girl with a panty.
Yeah, they're just all around.
So you kind of, what do you expect to actually do? And I've seen guys who could get into trouble for this, and just nothing the guy can do. If this guy tried to put his, how could I be walking and try to put my face down because the guy put his panty there? Now I know ladies could say,
What we have to like emphasize when you mean panties? Is it like
Your
wearing
underwear.
something
underwear. That's what I
underwear
mean.
showing?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But what I mean, the pants are
kinda
showing, so
see-through.
there's a see-through there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, go on.
No,
We have a
I was
lady here, so you got to put in. I have a very I agree with you, but I have a
Yeah.
very strong thing about it in the sense of I think it's a societal issue, like society issue and the society agreement.
No.
Wait, it is because if it's like this is what as obviously like 20 years ago it wasn't almost acceptable,
Of course.
but now it has been acceptable. It is an acceptable thing because you cannot nobody shames you for dressing like that anymore. Based on this society, in a different society, you can't get away with that because then like it's almost like a for me, and I think it's an social experiment that is happening in the Western world because any other culture around the world there's a respect value for a woman that dress a certain way
Yeah.
and carries herself a certain way.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, based on this society and this agreement that we've had, I don't understand why a lot of women don't understand that it's actually they devaluing themselves from, because if you look promiscuous, then all the guys in the gym are looking at you. Let's say gym aspect now.
Yeah.
Then you think like everybody wants you, but you actually, like, if you dress the same way, you are attracting the wrong kind of people.
Yeah, it's the wrong attention.
I
And
throw
just
something
wanna-
in. Yeah, but before you come, I throw something in right there, right? I think for me, I feel like women are women are looking for validation, and I feel the way they dress that way is the way to say they've been validated, even though if a guy approaches
They
you,
get the attention.
yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, you should.
Yeah, because they definitely look for it. I know I was putting those questions to you. I just trying to see kind of where you're getting at.
Yeah.
But like I do agree with you. Though I'm a female, anyways. But I also don't like the fact that you can go into a mall, go into town, and you see everyone looking like they just came out of the gym. Everyone is wearing gym clothes all over the place, where there's no class, there's no style anymore. Everyone just looks the same, like clones.
Yeah.
And then this thing in the gym, we were at the gym yesterday, and I saw a girl, and she has a really good ass, like really nice ass, So I'm walking around, taking my break, and I just thought to myself, like I want to tell her she has a nice ass, but what do women think if I walk past her and just be like, no, nice ass, and just keep walking, do my thing? I literally just want to say that you have a nice ass, because if she doesn't want to hear that, if she'd be offended or feel some certain way, then why would you wear those type of leggings that really bring out your ass like that, So I just had that thought when I was in the gym yesterday, and I was just wondering,
Yeah, but
as a female, like, how
if
would
a
you
girl
feel if
if
I
a girl
said
came
that?
to you and be like, you have a nice ass, and if a guy came to you, you have a nice ass, which one would you feel? How would you feel in both conversations?
For me, I think I would be okay. It's just that it's
No.
Yeah.
Don't dodge the question.
No,
Okay, let's go.
yeah,
A guy.
I would feel okay with it.
If a guy came to you and asked you,
Or ask me or
you know,
tell me.
just tell you like you
I'd
have a
say
nice
thank
ass.
you.
And then if a
that
girl
would be
comes,
it. And I would say thank
but
you.
would it
again.
make you feel uncomfortable?
No, not for me.
But-
But it's just the
I
difference is.
think there's a big,
appreciation side where I feel the lady will value more is the guy.
No, but the
Nah,
thing is,
I
for me,
actually think it's the girl.
No, I tell you why is the guy, because I said validation.
wait, but the thing is for me, why I'm saying this thing, because it's the same women, right, that wear these clothes and these outfits, whatever, show everything out off. Then they will go and complain about this creep looking at me, this one staring at my ass, and
Absolutely.
this and that. They are
Yeah.
the same ones that will
Yeah.
complain about it.
Yeah.
And like we mentioned, like when, what you said, a couple is walking down the street and there's women there with all their booties out and you
Yeah.
can see everything, right? It's the same woman. When you go home, they're going to complain about my man's cheating, my man's doing that, my
Yeah.
man is not respecting me, looking at
Yeah.
other women. But you're the same one walking on the street like that, showing everything off and making it hard
Yeah.
for a man not to look.
Yeah.
Because even me as a woman, I will look.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's insecurity, right? But so it's like insecurity creates insecurity. But actually, before I like, in the sense of, like, what are you when you go to the gym? What are you working on? What is the goal? What is the main thing? Because again, we have to look at the goal of what is the aim of what you want to do, and versus what you're trying to attract. Go on.
I think there are two things there in what you just said, right? What you go to the gym to do is different from what you're wearing. What we're talking about is what you're wearing. What you're wearing is to transparent.
But I think it's more provocative in the gym. It's not.
It's very
it
provocative.
is,
But at least in the gym, you can get away with it because you could, it's gym gear. But
Yeah.
what you said is people wearing it outside
the
every
gym.
day.
Everywhere.
Okay,
That's-
but
that's
this
my
okay,
point.
but it is the fashion now. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's
like
the fashion
it is for me. I think a lot of women, and a lot of people might find it offensive. And I think men are very logical. Everything has to be this or this. it is a lot harder to sell bullshit to a man. You understand?
Yeah.
Because we don't fall for that bullshit. Because we are very a logical thing. We build, we make, we do, fix.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Women are like more emotional, and they sell based on emotion. But when you sell something, because that's why none of these products can ever work for men. You're not gonna come and sell me fucking powder, you know what I mean, or like things that I'm not gonna need. That doesn't, you know what I mean? That is not really like. That is not like it's not really gonna add any sort of value. Do you get me? Rather, that is gonna cost me money. You understand? But it's this company that sell these things. This idea, like it started from a simple leggings. Now it's like the one that drives the ass up to this, the one that separates the ass in two, the one that pumps up. It's like, what is it? What are we talking about here?
Yeah, but that's
what it is.
Yeah.
Well,
See,
you guys are buying it. That's the thing.
yeah, that's one thing. Ladies buying.
I know,
but,
and these sexy girls are putting pressure on me.
Yeah, but like
because now I'm trying to keep up.
No, but the thing is, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that comes down to like, what are you working on? Because it's like, again, it's like insecurity creates insecurity.
Yeah.
You look at someone, right? Like, guys, do you think we look at someone and we're like, damn, like it's a challenge. It's like I want that chest and I'm gonna walk to it. But you guys are like, I want that leggings. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, you
Not
see where
even
I'm coming from.
concerned about the workout, but what you're gonna wear. Like.
So that's the thing, because you guys are everything is based on emotion. We are based on action.
Yeah. But here's the thing I'm saying as well is that I don't mind what ladies want to wear, but I feel, this is my opinion. So if y'all listen to it, I'm just saying my opinion. You can take it or you leave it.
Open-minded.
It's open-minded.
Like,
that's what this whole podcast is all about. You know.
If it triggers you a certain way, then give it that space.
Yeah.
Don't necessarily have to judge it.
Yeah.
And you can, if it triggers you, then
Open-minded.
like,
That's what this whole podcast is all about. You know.
if it triggers you a certain way, then give it that space.
Yeah.
Don't necessarily have to judge it.
Yeah.
And you can, if it triggers you, there's a truth there.
There's a truth there, of
And
course, definitely.
work with that truth. That's
Definitely.
that's why we all about. what we're all
I
about.
know back in the days when girls are really, talking about this fashions and all these things, right? I know it's very difficult for ladies to just, expose even half of their body when they do all the catwalking and all those things. But if we come back to this leggings thing that we're talking about, I feel like when I see ladies wear them, before I admired the way they wore it. But now, I just feel the easiest thing ladies can just wear right now today is them leggings straight away.
Yeah.
Easily.
Definitely.
Just
yeah.
like
And
that.
I mean,
And they'll just throw anything in and just go.
yeah.
But what I'm
'Cause
saying
it's the
is,
most comfortable for them, and that's what everyone wants to be.
yeah,
like.
well, like you want to be comfortable, but I'm saying at the same time as well, how would you be wearing leggings, right, on the broader light, walking around the shopping mall, bum out, everything out, all out there, and you come back tomorrow and you say, oh man, this fella is creepy. That is this is
I
that.
have a stalker.
You know what I mean? This guy is talking
Okay,
me.
can I?
You know what I mean?
Can I say something? I'm going to say something more controversial now.
True.
Insecurity creates insecurity. Men, we are based on logic. It's two problems. Obviously, it's a societal thing that champions women to do whatever they want. And when you do whatever you want, as a man, I know there's a consequences. There's a consequences for my actions, and it's almost like for women, it's like you could do whatever you want, but there's no consequences. But you have to understand there will be consequences for certain things in the long run. So when you dress provocatively and you're looking for a good guy, you're not going to find that.
Yeah, it's just not gonna happen. Yeah.
And it's like you guys always give out to men. I'm like, men are like, it's a cheater, it's a this. But look at all the women look at what every woman, look at what every woman is walking around. If every woman decides today, we all not wearing leggings, we're gonna cover all this shit. I guarantee you, men's behavior will be instantaneously better. And if every woman don't just give it away like that.
I have a question for that.
It will
though.
completely change.
It will change.
I
So
agree.
it's a societal thing, because it's like everyone is acting like all this behaviors and actions has no consequences,
Right.
but the consequences is actually destroying the fabric of society.
Yeah.
Okay, with what you just said there, dude, is that I have a question for that. The question would be, even though you kind of gave an emphasis on women decides, okay, we don't want to go in this trend. We want to use something different. We want to go into this trend. Men of today goes by what they see in front of them. That's one thing I can vouch for you right now.
But what he's saying is that would change if all women
I think
start dressing a
I-
certain way.
I
Cover
think-
up, the men will change. They'll have no choice.
I think it will be very, very difficult for men to change that mindset.
But they would have to, because they would
We don't have a
literally have
choice.
no choice.
Bro,
they
women-
would actually respect women and work hard to get one.
Yeah, women decide how we are because they control sex.
Yeah, right now they expose everything. Everything is handed to men, so that's what they're going for.
Yeah, but what
So
I'm saying,
your actions is your decisions and is the consequences of how we behave.
yes, but that's
How
what
you
I'm
act
saying.
is the consequence. It's every action has an
Yeah,
equal
but-
reaction.
Yeah, but my point is that it'd be very much difficult for men to go back to that reverse of the ladies if they decide to say, well, we don't want to go with this trend.
It's not going to be difficult.
Because the reason we say it's going to be difficult is because our eyes are fed by what we see in front of us, not even what's inside. What's in front of us is what our eyes feed on. And when we feed on that, is what we go in and do what we call the digestion. So, for example, men could say, oh man, I just like that girl, the way she's walking, I like her house and everything. And inside the man's mind, you all know what I'm going to talk about, is that he has already assumed if, deep down, oh man, if I have sex with this girl, or if I have this with this girl, man, he already cloned everything in his mind. That's what I'm trying to say, is that for men at this generation or this age that we're in right now, before we even get to where we want to get to, our mind has already reached there in his own way,
brother,
and take what it wants to take.
Brother.
You.
Men's behavior is directly linked to women's actions.
I agree to a certain extent, but
Bro,
what I'm saying is that
I understand what you're saying.
so long as these are already
Yeah.
imparted, like
We are
as
talking
already-
about the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
If you
but like,
if you saw a
it'd be
woman,
difficult. It'd
bro,
be difficult. It'd be difficult
if
for that
a
to
woman
actually
is dressed,
Yeah.
if a woman is dressed appropriately, does your mind go there? Like, I wanna smash this woman today. Like, I would
No,
love to
you
smash.
wanna- you
You
wanna
don't
get to
because
know her,
because
like-
because
I get.
because if you dress a certain way, right?
Yeah.
There's almost it makes you almost more promiscuous within yourself. If you dress like how we carry ourselves almost has an instinctive feeling, because
Yeah.
if you in an office, or you dress, even if you go to a club and you dress like almost like an office like type, like if I'm approaching you, I'm not approaching you from a point of like, like, oh, I would like to smash you, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
dress provocatively, that's all I can see. That's all my mind goes.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's I don't want to hear complaint for women when they acting promiscuous and then want a different. If you're dressing half naked, better believe I'm approaching you like I'm smashing.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I mean? Do you understand? But if you dress appropriately and I approach you, I'm not approaching you from a smashing perspective, because
Yeah, but that's the whole point I'm still emphasizing on, that because of the mindset of men, now it becomes a problem for women, become more competition, because at the end of the day, when a man sees the woman who is fully dressed this way and stuff like that, okay, that's the admiration that the man's like. But on the other side, I'll let you go in. On the other side is that to look at this woman and then look at another woman, because we as men, we compare women to women. That's a fact. We compare women to women.
Yeah,
And
on
look at
the first time basis.
Of course, yeah, definitely.
because go on.
we compare women to women. It's okay. This girl, man, yeah, she's not my top, man. I'm gonna look for someone else, man. This one, oh yeah, man, I like this. This
Yeah,
one,
which is normal.
which is
We
But
normal.
have to
on the
be
first time
worse
basis,
than
we
that.
compare. But again, like I said, men are very logical. When all of that surface, all that shite is gone,
Yeah.
we look at compatibility. We do, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so how many?
You look beyond
you've
the
met so many
surface.
beautiful women, and then you like hang out with them, and you're like, oh fuck this, she's fucking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, can I just say, as a woman, like, I am not perfect, and like I will have times where I dress a certain way or maybe more provocative, and when I do that, I know what my intentions are, you know, so I can admit that, you know, and I choose, like, if I want attention, if I know I dress this way, I'm gonna get some kind of attention, then yeah, that's why women will dress that way.
Yeah, but in this case, if we bring it back to the subject, like what you said, that makes sense. But you're dressing that way because you have a purpose for that reason.
Yeah.
It's not something that you would do every day.
Okay.
But yeah. But at the end of the day, that one, there's a purpose for that reason. Like I would say, if a woman want to dress you know what's the word?
Provocatively.
Provocative. Yeah, you get what I mean. Basically, I feel like I like that in the sense that if it's a clubbing, or maybe if there's a kind of event that, you know, that need all this gully looking and all this crazy kind of stuff. Hey,
that's
look,
different.
yeah, you know
fun,
what I mean.
like.
Yeah, I wouldn't really, like, red carpet crazy stuff. I wouldn't really mind. But what I'm emphasizing on, especially, is just the leggings thing that I feel is just too rampant. It's just too crazy.
Yeah.
It's just sends
And I agree on
a
that.
different kind of message, and I just feel like women have to hold that responsibility.
But can I tell you something about the leggings? Again, it goes back to societal thing.
Yeah.
And I think since COVID, because think about it, where can you go? Where is the one place that promotes provocative dressing?
Western one always.
No, where?
Doesn't. What do you mean?
Give me location.
A gym.
No, prior to the gym
Gym will
now.
be one of them,
Before
yeah.
it wasn't.
Okay.
Just it's a very obvious question. Where do you
clubs.
go exactly?
Yeah.
What happened during COVID?
Oh, the clubs shut down, right?
So where, like, and when, obviously, what was the first thing that opened before the clubs?
It's a pub.
The gyms and the pub, right?
Yeah. It was a gym. Yeah,
it was gym and the pub.
Yeah, the gym and
So
the pub, yeah.
when people didn't have a place to, like,
Kind of show off.
they
their
bought all of
bodies
this shit, and when there's nowhere else for them to go, I think COVID created a lot of, because the club now became almost the social spot to link up, to meet, and to almost buy all of this shit from Amazon. That you get me?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it became the new club before the club opened again. But that culture that they brought from, just, you know, because obviously everyone want to show up, you know what I mean? They want to, you know, and people, a lot of single people needed people, you know what I mean, to link up after. So, like, a lot of people now was like, it was all about the you know what I mean,
image kind of
the
art,
image thing.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that stayed. But again, the societal problem now is every woman's, all this provocative dressing is what is actually destroying men as well, and not making men take women serious. You understand? So like, it's like we are two of, like, we are opposite animals, right?
Yeah, let me jump in before that kind of skip my mind very quickly. I think you made a valid point there on the ground that it is both sides of the heart, because even in as much as women like that validation, so also men looking for that, the same kind of validation. So part of your point there is that even if women decide to change tomorrow, for the idea of how men will react or what they look for a woman, it still stays the same. That won't change at all. It brings that to relationship. It brings them to a lot of stuff.
Can I just make a point? I think it also depends where a man is at, like, what stage in his life he's at.
No.
Whether he's gonna pick some, like, you know, a certain type of woman.
Okay, a man will smash a hole any day, but would not want to keep that person in the house, regardless of what level we are.
So regardless, any level that you're
regardless
at,
of any level I am,
grown ass man with a family, a wifey at home,
you will still smash a hole.
No, I
and
disagree.
You see someone out there, you still want to go and smash, and chance ruining your whole family life.
I
Are you
disagree.
maturing or you're not?
No. Sorry, I'm saying, like,
If you put a O before and in front of a man,
No, no,
is that
no, no,
what
no,
I'm
no,
saying?
no, 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 no. What I'm saying is, instinctively,
Yeah.
even if this is where cheating, this is where all of this. Again, we've been open-minded, right?
Yeah, that's the point
no,
of this whole thing,
because I
like,
don't want to beat
fam.
around the bush.
No. You
like
gotta be straight up,
society tells us,
Yeah.
right? A man can have, even if you have a wife at home, you have kids at home. A man can have sex with someone that someone from outside,
Yeah.
that like a one night stand, and have zero emotions
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
for that person. And sometimes, and I think this is a controversial one, and I think it's good for a man to actually do that. Why?
Yeah, boy.
Why?
Yeah.
People like women don't understand the sacrifice. We are a beast. We are an animal. If you ask every man, without being judged, would that man do that? I guarantee you 100% of every man would want to do that.
I disagree. I'll tell you why I disagree with you on this, right?
The only reason
No,
why
no.
we don't do it is because you have to understand. Okay.
No.
Go on.
I'll let you. Yeah. Just allow me
Let's
for
be
this, right?
let's be open and honest.
I'll tell you.
Okay,
I'll
go
tell
on.
you this, right? Half of what, 70% of what you said is right to a certain extent, but the other percent could be argued on one point in the sense that if you really have a love for this woman,
Okay.
that's number one. Number two, if this woman understands what's up, because one thing I feel, if you want to keep your relationship, is how things are spiced up in that relationship. That alone makes a lot of big difference.
It's not about.
I tell you. No,
Okay,
no. Of
go on.
course, when I mean
Okay.
spice up, is this right?
Beyonce gets cheated on.
Hold on. We don't want to call names on this podcast. We're just gonna go on because everybody knows what the
go on.
story is.
Okay, let's go.